Good morning. This is the voting meeting of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Thursday, January 5th, 2023. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional public testimony accepted this morning. We'll begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Item number 1, BVP LLC doing business as The Point, located at 147 Hanover Street. Date of the incident was January 8th, 2022. Assault and battery, employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Thanks, Danny. I didn't think there was enough here to find a violation.
Exactly what I was going to say.
I agree.
Item number 2, Lansdowne Boston Restaurant LLC doing business as House of Blues, located at 15 to 41 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, May 15th, 2022, assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I didn't see any violation on the part of the licensee. They acted quickly and appropriately.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 3, the Boston Leco Corp. Doing business as Legacy Boston, located at 71 to 79 Warrenton Street. Date of the incident, June 6th, 2022, assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Just to be clear that I'm not misspeaking, this is Candy Bar, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I do believe that the licensee could have done more to prevent this assault and battery on the patron. So for those reasons, I see a violation.
I saw a violation too. I saw it as a credibility problem for them. They didn't bring a recipient witness. And I think that they oversold how minor the incident was. I think they knew at the time that it was a bigger incident. I don't think they offered proper assistance to the victim, and I think they could have done more as well too. So for all those reasons.
And based upon the history, I believe there is a similar violation going back in 2019. Can you confirm that for me, Danny?
No, I'm looking right now. The last time the board found a violation was back in May of 2018 for a failure to disperse crowd.
Okay, so based upon what we have before us today, I do see a violation. My vote would be for a written warning. I am also requesting the licensee to submit for our review and approval and add to their file an appropriate security and dispersal plan. We have received emails back and forth over the last day, but it's lacking, it's inappropriate. It doesn't show that they put any thought into the dispersal plan. And I want to remind the licensee that their duty is to keep patrons safe inside their premise and as they're exiting the premise. And I'm going to call out a couple of things that this board is looking for from the licensee. I would like to have more understanding of how they control and clear the licensed premise at the end of the night. It's not enough to just say we control and clear the premise at the end of the night. These are things that need to be gone over by the licensee with their staff every single shift. There needs to be more details about their dispersal procedures as far as when the lights come on, when the music is shut off, what else they do to promote a safe exit, what they do with unruly patrons, how do you respond to them, when do you call the police, what are your de-escalation procedures, what do you do with intoxicated patrons, what are your procedures for dealing with them, what are all the circumstances under which you call the police, how do you handle physical disturbances and fights. And through communications with Mr. Del Pidio yesterday, he said that he was meeting with the security team yesterday to have cameras installed. This board expects to see written confirmation from the security team that they were installed, where they're installed, as well as a floor plan. And to underscore, it is our duty to ensure the safety of patrons, but also of the people that live in this neighborhood too. They should not be subjected to these quality of life issues that seem to be happening every single weekend. With patrons and fights spilling out onto the sidewalk. It's a strain on resources. It's a strain on our time. It's getting to the point that, in my opinion, it's a waste of our time to be having the same conversations over and over.
I agree.
I second all of that. Third.
And also just like an internal reporting. It doesn't seem like there's really great communication between the people who are guarding the establishment of the doorman or security team with the people who are managers, assistant managers. So I would make a point about that.
Yeah, they need to flesh that out in writing and demonstrate to us how that communication is done when they do internal reports, how they communicate when someone's in trouble in the bathroom, how often they do their rotations. If they're going to operate a business in the city of Boston, they should operate in a way that people will feel safe going inside.
Okay, so just to recap what the board is looking for here. So the vote is for a violation with a warning. Additionally, the board is requesting an updated and detailed security and dispersal plan with specific emphasis on just safe dispersal of patrons at the end of the night, on staff interactions with patrons, on internal reports and communications among security staff and management, and written confirmation of installation of security cameras with an updated floor plan of where the cameras are.
Yes, and I'd like to put a date on those requests to be submitted to the board by next Tuesday morning at 10 a.m.
Does that mean next Tuesday, the 10th, 5 days from now, or the following Tuesday?
Next Tuesday, the 10th, 10 a.m.
Okay. Thank you. Item number 4, Oliver Twist Inc. doing business as Cask and Flagon located at 62 Brookline Ave. Date of the incident, June 17th, 2022. Patron on patron fight in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
The licensee cooperated. I see no issues with how they responded to this incident, and I see no violation.
So no violation as well.
I agree.
Item number 5, GM Restaurant Enterprises Inc. doing business as La Terraza located at 19 Bennington Street in East Boston. Dated the incident, June 22nd, 2022. Patron on patron assault and battery in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I see no violations.
I agree.
I agree. Yep.
Item 6, Game On Fenway LLC doing business as Game On Sports Cafe located at 72 to 82 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, August 7th, 2022. Staff versus patron fight in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
The licensee, the testimony was that this was a rogue employee who had been working there for 6 to 8 months. Sometimes we see new employees who appear to not be properly trained and then don't do the right thing, but it sounds like this employee never had any issues for the 8 months leading up to this fight. Licensee responded appropriately after the fight occurred. I wasn't able to find any responsibility on the part of the licensee, and I don't see a violation.
I thought it was close, but I fell just on the side of a violation, mainly because he was left alone in this situation. And I didn't hear any justification for that. I'm not saying I thought it, on the part of the premises as a whole, I recognize like the rogueness of this guy's actions. I'm sure they didn't endorse it, but I think it tipped in the favor of a violation, just the fact that he was left alone and what happened here. And I also didn't see, I was a little confused about how, like calling the police and stuff like that. I mean, it seems like Officer Crowley was there recipiently, and he intervenes and interacts, and he is not assisted by anybody working there. So I don't think that they were the ones they placed a call to the police, because I don't think that there was any evidence to show that anyone from the premises that worked there saw this happen. It was basically stopped before it really got going. So I saw a violation in this instance. It wasn't glaring in my opinion, but it did, on the 50-50 scale, I think it tipped over to 51%.
Was there a violation for not calling the police? Was that a separate one?
No, they were only for the
Just for the fight.
yes, for the employee on patron.
Beyond the offending employee, I don't think what I heard is I don't think anyone was aware of it until after it was all taken care of. So, and that's kind of where I saw in this instance, that's where I saw the violation.
We could, I mean, I could certainly do a no violation with correspondence that will, clearly.
About the employee not being left alone. It sounds like Commissioner Curran pinpointed his issues with this incident being that it wasn't so much the
Yeah, I'm not saying.
experience of the employee, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they failed in training. I don't, and that's a big issue when we see employee, so I think that in general, they offered the training, but in this instance, and I think we've seen things like this where it can lead to be a problem where someone in security, which has basically a position of authority within the premises in the business, and also a position where they're going to be under stresses like this, where people are basically abusing them or provoking them. I don't think it's a good idea, especially at closing time, to be leaving security out front, like to deal with all this by themselves. I think they should be teaming up.
Okay, so let me see if I can reframe it. I'm gonna make a motion that the board send correspondence to the licensee to address employee supervision and to docket this, and to place this on the docket.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way
That's
we're
the-
addressing the specific incident that Commissioner Curran has identified for us.
So the vote is no violation with correspondence from the board, or Commissioner Curran, are you still voting for, or do you still find a violation here?
I think by docketing it, we could refer to it again if a similar incident happens again. We can find no violation at the moment, or
Yeah.
not go to the point of finding no violation. We're docketing, we're kind of putting it to the side.
It goes to the history of it and we can
Yeah,
kind of
if
look
this
back on
rears
it
its
as
ugly
something
head
similar.
again, we'll have it to say, you were on notice of this being a problem and why did it happen again? So,
Okay.
so I'm voting for the docketing.
Okay. So
I
we're
agree.
silent as to whether or not there's a violation. We're just gonna docket it with
Punting.
correspondence from the board.
We're punting for the time being, right?
Great.
Yes,
So the incident will be docketed and noted with correspondence from the board about the importance of not leaving security alone at the end of the night.
yes.
Thank you.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Item number 7, Emmanuel Enterprises LLC located at 71 to 73 Meridian Street in East Boston. Date of the incident, October 16th, 2022, a bottle service violation. Aguardiente carafes on table in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I'll jump in. I have a lot of comments about this, but I'm going to focus on the fact that they were serving shots from a bottle and were not permitted to do so. It was unsupervised. They also have a history of doing the exact same thing. And this goes back to the responsibility of the management and the licensee to properly train their staff. I know this is a cultural thing and sometimes these things are common, but it is not allowed or not permitted by the conditions of their license. My vote is for a violation, given that they have a history of this exact same thing, I believe. In 2019, my vote would
That's
be
correct.
for a second written warning.
I agree with all that.
I agree.
Violation and a second warning. Item number 8, licensee failed to appear. We will be rescheduling. Item number 9, Neptune Oyster LLC doing business as Neptune Oyster located at 63 Salem Street. Date of the incident was October 22nd, 2022. Over capacity 35 on mechanical count, capacity 30 in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Boards Rule 1.03J and 1.06A and F.
While there may have been a technical violation according to the police count, I don't see a violation here. The testimony was that some people had left and were in line for the bathroom before they were exiting for the evening. The count was only 5 over. I don't see a violation.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it was close. Can we do correspondence to them? on this?
Yeah, we should do correspondence. I think this is a licensed premise that is small and
Very popular, very busy.
popular. We've received emails about other issues going on here, not specific to alcohol or licensing, but they do need to control the crowd, and part of that is counting and having an accurate count on the capacity.
So correspondence from the board reminding the licensee to stay within their allotted capacity count.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Items 10 and 11 have been continued at the request of the licensee. They'll be rescheduled to the next available hearing date. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred yesterday, Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Item number 1, May Restaurant Inc., doing business as May, located at 58 Old Colony Ave in South Boston, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Annie Campbell, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
Item number 2, Beijing Taste LLC, doing business as Beijing Taste, located at 377 Washington Street in Brighton, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Xiaomei Xing, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 3, 101 Federal Street LLC, doing business as Rain, located at 54 Old Colony Ave in South Boston, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Mark Parton, hours of operation 6 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I vote to approve the application.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 4, HG Logan Retailers JV, doing business as Hudson Duncan, located at 1 Harborside Drive in East Boston, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Carla Gundla, hours of operation 4 a.m. to 12 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 5, Yard House USA Inc., doing business as Yard House, located at 110 Huntington Ave, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to William Golden.
I vote to approve Mr. Golden as the manager of record. I believe he possesses the appropriate character and fitness to serve in this position.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 6, Parm Copley LLC, located at 100 Huntington Ave, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Patrick Choi.
I vote to approve Mr. Choi as the manager of record at this location. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve in this capacity.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 7, Marriott Hotel Services Inc., doing business as Marriott Long Wharf, located at 296 State Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Mark Sarasulo.
I believe Mr. Sarasulo has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as the manager of record. Therefore, I vote to approve him.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 8, American Multi Cinema Inc., doing business as AMC Theaters Boston Common 19, located at 175 Tremont Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Caitlin Richards.
I vote to approve Ms. Richards as the manager of record at this location. I believe she possesses the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 9, Pineapple Restaurant Group Boston LLC, doing business as the Trophy Room at Stay Pineapple Boston, located at 22 to 28 Chandler Street, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to Taylor Lesandrini.
I vote to approve Taylor Lesandrini as the manager of record at this location. I believe Taylor has the appropriate character and fitness to, excuse me, to serve in this capacity.
I agree.
I agree.
Items 10 through 14, Trustees of Boston University, located at 595 Commonwealth Ave, 775 Commonwealth Ave, 225 Bay State Road, and 2 licenses at the Agganis Arena at 925 Commonwealth Ave, has petitioned for a change of officer, director, LLC manager, and additionally has petitioned to change the manager on 3 of these licensees to Jonathan Webster.
I vote to approve the changes requested and to approve Mr. Webster as the manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 15, Brasserie 560 LLC, doing business as Brasserie, located at 560 Harrison Ave in Roxbury, has petitioned for the approval of a management agreement between Brasserie 560 LLC and Champagne Supernova LLC, doing business as Marseille, and additionally has requested to remove the previously listed management agreement from the license premise description.
Thanks, Danny. I vote to approve the change that is requested.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 16, HE Pub Inc., doing business as the Jeannie Johnston, located at 144 South Street in Jamaica Plain, has petitioned to pledge the license to Berkshire Bank.
I enthusiastically approve this request for the pledge. And I just want to put a comment on the record. This is an example of how a for-value license can help a licensee build wealth. This is a owner who is now able to pledge the value of his license to buy the building in which he's operating. And it's a great institution in this neighborhood. So for all of those reasons, I wish him luck and I vote to approve this pledge.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
Item 17, South Boston Candlepins Inc. doing business as South Boston Candlepins located at 543 East Broadway in South Boston has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business to John Tunney. And secondly, has petitioned to amend the closing hour of the licensed business to 1 a.m.
My vote would be for last call to be at 12 a.m. with all patrons off by 12:30.
That's what I was gonna suggest. Sounds good.
It makes sense. Yes.
It seems to be what he's really, that's what he
Yes,
says he wants anyways, so.
yes.
He's driving. Yeah.
He just doesn't want to get in trouble if someone's there a little bit longer. He didn't say that, but no, I think this will help give him some guidelines about how to run the business a little bit later at night. So last call will be midnight and everyone needs to be off by 12:30.
And as for the manager of record,
I believe, I thought he was already approved, but I believe Mr. Tunney has the appropriate character and fitness to serve as manager of record.
I agree.
I agree.
thank you. Item number 18, Jawalajai Corp. doing business as Get and Go located at 563 Columbus Ave in Roxbury has petitioned to change the category of the licensed business to a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license.
The licensee has been forthcoming and has agreed to not serve nips and singles. I believe he has established the public need for this change of category. There is a ton of support. My vote would be to approve this change of category.
And that agreement will be reflected on the license?
Yes, we'll put that condition on the license.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 19, D-Chan Inc. located at 604 to 608 East Broadway in South Boston has petitioned to transfer the license to the Hub Liquor Group Inc. doing business as Hub Liquor at the same location. Arian Lighton, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. and has petitioned to pledge the license stock and inventory to Middlesex Federal Savings Bank.
I vote to approve this transfer and to approve Mr. Lighton as manager of record. And for the pledge, I approve all the requests that the licensee has brought before us today.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 20 had been previously granted by the board and was only on for a defect in the abutter notifications. Item 21, Sunnyside Enterprises Inc. doing business as Tremont Market located at 748 Tremont Street in Roxbury has petitioned to transfer the license to KL Group Inc. doing business as Tremont Market at the same location. Krishna Khatri, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. and has petitioned to pledge the license to Sunnyside Enterprises Inc.
I vote to approve the transfer. I vote to approve Mr. Khatri as the manager of record, and I vote to approve the pledge.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
Item 22, JP Partners Inc. doing business as Canary Square located at 435 to 439 South Huntington Ave in Jamaica Plain has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Alamo Seaport LLC, doing business as Alamo Draft House Cinema located at 60 Seaport Boulevard number 315, closing hour 2 a.m. Hannah Staton, manager.
I vote to approve Ms. Staton as manager of record, and I also vote to approve this transfer as requested.
I agree.
Item number 23, Golden Naga Inc. doing business as Laughing Monk Cafe located at 737 Huntington Ave has applied for a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license. Manager Dome Nakapakorn, closing time 1 a.m.
I vote to approve this application pending the availability of an application of a license for which the applicant qualifies.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Moving on to non-hearing transactions, the following are applying for a new common victular license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Johnny Pomodoro Inc., located at 297 Main Street in Charlestown. Johnny Burke, manager of record, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree as well.
Item number 2, Across the Border Inc., doing business as Across the Border Vegan and Vegetarian, located at 378A Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Douglas Salazar, manager of record, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 3, Rubzub Corp. doing business as Kapow Thai Cuisine located at 2257 Dorchester Ave in Dorchester. Smooch Sai Campcorn, manager of record, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Item number 4, Gifu Group Inc. doing business as Gifu Teriyaki and Sushi located at 705 Massachusetts Avenue. Minjin Lee, manager of record, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
Items 5 through 9, the Waldron Group Inc. Doing business as Dunkin' Donuts at 5 locations, 1236 Dorchester Avenue, 1931 Dorchester Avenue, 855 William T. Morrissey Boulevard, 2290 Dorchester Ave, and 1580 Dorchester Ave. Kevin Reynolds, manager of record, and various hours of operation.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following have applied to make changes to their existing common victular licenses. Item number 1, Colo Group LLC, doing business as Banh Mi Oi, located at 1759 Center Street in West Roxbury, has petitioned to change the owner or manager name to Anyan Bach.
Vote to approve.
I agree.
Item 2, Kane's Handcrafted Donuts LLC, doing business as Kane's Donuts, located at 90 Oliver Street, has petitioned to change the manager to Maria Delios and to remove Officer Paul Delios.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 3, Z and N LLC, doing business as Hao Shi Guang, located at 44 to 58 Harvard Avenue in Alston, has petitioned to change the manager to Lily Wang and to add Officer Chase Liu.
Sorry, vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
The following has applied for a one-day amendment to their existing license. Who's on First Inc. doing business as the Bullpen Kitchen and Tap, located at 19 to 23 Jersey Street, has applied for a series of one-day amendments to include a portion of their privately owned alley to the rear of their establishment for the 2023 Red Sox season and Fenway events, from 4 hours prior to events to 2 hours after.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree as well.
The board has before them a list of special one-day license applications, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board. And one item for acknowledgement on old and new business. The board is in receipt of a release of pledge and license and security interests from East Cambridge Savings Bank. The loan was actually made out from Patriot Community Bank, releasing all previous pledges held on Tom Young Yang Inc. at 156 Harvard Ave in Alston.
Okay.
And those are all of the items before the board today. Thank you, everybody. That will adjourn the voting meeting.
Thank you.
All right, have a good rest of your weekend.
You too, and good luck with your travels, Kiana.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye all.